Hello, my friend. I've been trying to articulate this idea for a while, but basically, the idea is to live in reality, okay? I think what a lot of people tend to do, and I mean, this is just kind of a innate human bias. It's with a lot of things in our lives, we tend to throw this veil of like legend around the things that we do, like having sex or, the meal that we're about to eat. Like, oh, this is such a good meal, and like the so much programming that kind of goes in behind the scenes towards the things that we view every single day. And it's kind of weird how we overlook the reality of life, and we tend to think that, for example, let's just say someone cuts you off in traffic, right? Like, just on my way here, I had this dude driving super slow in front of me. And so my initial thought was to think, like, why is this dude doing this to me, right? I think that's an innate human thing, is just to think, like, why is this happening to me? But whenever you kind of bring back the philosophy part of it and you look at it for what it truly is, you see a guy who maybe he's just having a conversation with whoever he's sitting next to. Maybe he's just careful. Maybe something happened to him before. And you start kind of piercing this veil of, oh, this dude sucks, I hate him. And you start looking at, oh, he's human. He's a real guy that just, that just doesn't drive in the way that you like. And you can start to look at things like, oh, this food, it's just a thing that died, so I'm able to eat and have nourishment from it. And you start kind of pulling back the bullshit that you tell yourself and that other people tell you. And you start looking at the objective truth. And I think that's something that we should all strive to do, because you can approach your life in a better way. That way you don't get angry as easily, because like I said, someone cuts you off in traffic, you're not necessarily going to be angry at them because maybe they had to rush somewhere, right? Maybe they had a genuine problem, or maybe they're just stupid and they just can't drive, right? There's no reason to get mad at that. They're just incompetent, right? So I think it eases your mind up. It eases your life, because you don't worry about as much. Nothing, like, it's not as big a deal as your brain kind of convinces you for it to be. So try your best to live in reality as much as you can. Try and look at the pros and cons of things, and try and pull yourself away from this like tribalistic brainstem thinking that a lot of people get pulled into. Like, it's basically, it's going to happen, right? That's the foundation. It's going to happen. But if you can just take a step back from that and then reanalyze and kind of go over the situation again, for whatever it may be, for like a choice or just day-to-day life, just take a step back and live in the reality of the situation, right? And you can extrapolate this to like just like life as a whole, okay? Because I was listening to this great podcast, by the way. I think it's the first episode of Modern Wisdom with Jordan Peterson on it. But he makes this great quote, or this great saying, or whatever, however you want to say it. And it's, there is a cost to inaction, right? Inaction is a choice in of itself, right? And so if you want to take this onto like a whole life perspective, living in reality is just looking at that and, okay, what is the reality of the situation here? If I choose to do this thing, this will have these pros and these cons, right? Let's say you're afraid of a life decision, right? And you're not really sure if you should do X or Y. But then you look at X and you see the pros and cons. You're like, okay, no. But you look at Y and you see the pros and cons and you're like, yes, I want to do that thing. But it's scary because it has this one potential, somewhat scary con. That's just something you have to overcome. Like, the reality of the situation, looking at that, it makes you overcome it. So yeah, try your best to just live in reality, okay? I think that's the best insight I can give. That's the best articulate. Like, I've been trying to articulate this idea for a while now, so glad I got it out there. There's someone walking out in the field right now. Huh. Anyways, if you like what I'm saying, go subscribe. You don't have to, but I'd really appreciate it if you did. Anyways, peace out. Be better and have a W day.